Oh my god.
That's amazing!
I swear I got so scared.
Hello, Scream Queens! Happy Halloween to you and all the skeletons in your closet. Lady Drama speaking. So happy to see you here at the Drama House. Considering the spooky season, I started reminiscing about the little chills that some aspects of the Sims franchise used to give me when I was a younger little dancing ghost myself. Like, for some reasons, the game excited me but also creeped me out in a way. No lies, sometimes as a child, I'd look at the cover of The Sims 2 and that alien in the back of the group just made me uncomfortable. And that's why I am inviting you to this spooky review, a 5 spots ranking of creepy things from the Sims franchise. Of course, as always, don't forget to take the time to share your own thoughts in the comment section below. I always love to read about your experience with the game, so thank you for that. Let's start with number 5 in our list. The amount of packs in The Sims 4. With over 70 expansion and game packs worth more than $1,000, things with The Sims 4 do get spooky. Nah, I'm just kidding, babes. Although, thinking about it, this kind of gets spooky as time passes and those numbers increase. Now, let's start the ranking for real. Number 5. The Grim Reaper. Clearly, this super icon of the franchise had to open our list today. With no face under a dark cloak, the Grim Reaper is the embodiment of, well, death. The Lord of the Afterlife graced the stage of the Sims franchise as early as August 2000 with the expansion pack Living Large, not only showing up whenever a sim is passing, but also when there are more than 5 jack-o'-lanterns on the lot, as a clever reference to trick-or-treating. When the Grim Reaper appears in the event of death, any adult sim can plea with the Grim Reaper and attempt to save the sim's life. If the Grim Reaper is in a bad mood, the sim will die regardless. If the Grim Reaper is in a good mood, however, he will challenge the pleading sim to a game of rock, paper, scissors. If the pleading sim loses, the dead sim will be resurrected as a zombie. If they win, however, the sim will be fully resurrected. Grim's introduction in Living Large will be so successful that this character will continue to appear in basically all the iterations of the game, from Bustin' Out to The Sims Medieval, and of course The Sims 2, 3, and 4. Even reaching the point of getting his own dedicated expansion pack with the upcoming The Sims 4 Life and Death. Honestly, I find this character so iconic and interesting that I am thinking about making a dedicated deep dive about his story, so let me know if you're interested in that. For now, we'll have to leave Grim, as we're moving to position number 4, to someone who actually is connected to the Reaper in a very, very deep way. Creepy story or romantic one? You'll tell me. Number 4, Olive Spectre. Okay, so let's be clear. I love Olive Spectre and I love this meme about her. Being part of the Sims 2 base game from the joyful squad of Strange Town, all of us can confirm that checking Olive's house for the very first time when we loaded our Sims 2 was very unsettling. This queen is obviously a Scorpio, but also an alleged criminal, more specifically, a serial killer. She and her teenage niece, Ophelia Nickmos, reside in the Spectre household in a neighborhood of Strangetown. Olive is a many-time widow. Her many husbands included Euthanasia, Rigor Mortis, and Ichabod Spectre, of course, all deceased before the game begins. She was also left at the altar by Earl E. Demise, who died soon after. And yeah, if you caught the puns in the names of her late husbands, that's how clever the storytelling in The Sims 2 is. However, Olive also appears in The Sims 3 alongside her son, Nervous Subject, in the store world Midnight Hollow. As we mentioned in The Sims 2, Miss Spectre shares her eerie, haunted home with her niece Ophelia. Olive's sister, Willow Nigmas, and Willow's husband, Creon, are both deceased, of course, and buried in Olive's garden. Olive also has a son, Nervous Subject, who we learn was taken away by the social worker. There's no record of Nervous' father in the family tree, though some say it is the Grim Reaper. Legend has it that sometime after several of her husband's deaths, Olive tracked down the Grim Reaper and fell in love with him, even enjoying some good spooky woohoo. This resulted in Olive becoming pregnant with her son, Nervous Subject. Nervous, now an adult, currently resides at the Beaker residence with two crazy-ass Sims, Lockie and Circe Beaker, who casually adopted him just to perform experiments on him. Yeah, just like I said before, Olive's storyline is spooky, but also a love story, but also a very uncomfortable one, with her paranormal son being locked in this insane Sims basement. Number 3. Tragic Clown. I know, if you're not super familiar with the franchise, this phrase could be a very clever nickname for your ex. But in the context of The Sims, tragic is an actual spooky legend. Funnily enough, or tragically enough, see what I did there? Tragic Clown was also introduced in The Sims Living Large expansion pack together with NPCs like the Grim Reaper, the Genie, and Santa Claus.
He's very rude.
I never want to be with your presence again. This is a
Very
gentleman.
rude. You're rude.
Oh my God, you're rude.
I'm leaving. I don't want to be at your party. I'm leaving.
In order to get an appearance, Sims need to own the Tragic Clown painting. The Tragic Clown will arrive to cheer up these Sims when they're depressed. Unfortunately, the clown's attempts to raise moods are unsuccessful, often having the opposite effect. Any tricks he attempts to do will fail, meaning he will make already depressed Sims even more depressed. For example, when he juggles, he hits himself with his bowling pins. The Tragic Clown usually wanders around the house, crying and coughing. Although Sims can interact with him, the only interaction that makes them happier is insulting him. I mean, relatable if you know any tragic clowns in your life. In order to get rid of this weird character from your lot, you can set fire to or sell the painting that has him spawn in the lot, because otherwise he will not leave. The Tragic Clown is seemingly considered a menace to SimCity, as a service known as clown catchers exists, and they can be hired to forcibly remove them from the lot. The Tragic Clown will continue his appearances in The Sims 1 with every subsequent expansion, excluding Unleashed. Tragic doesn't make an appearance in The Sims 2, but is replaced with another kind of creepy fellow, the Social Bunny, who visits Sims with a low social motive. Unlike the Tragic Clown, however, the Social Bunny is always successful in its mission to cheer Sims up. Now, in The Sims 1, Tragic was creepy because, well, he came out of a painting and he looked like a clown and he wouldn't leave your house. However, in The Sims 3, we get Tragic as a proper ghost. He's deceased and buried in the Pleasant Rest graveyard. His tombstone indicates that he drowned. The fact that he drowned is very odd, as he has the hydrophobic trait, and Sims with that trait don't typically die from drowning. This may imply an unusual cause of death, such as dying from crying, being drowned by others, or developing this trait after his death. The tragic clown also reappears in The Sims 4 in the form of a painting to celebrate the 16th anniversary of the series. Sims who view the painting will receive the tragic clown is tragic moodlet and become sad. As of patch 31, there's a chance that viewing the tragic clown painting will result in the clown being summoned to the current lot. However, unlike in previous games, The Sims 4 tragic clown is not an independent NPC, but a random townie sim generated to fill the role, which kind of breaks the spooky magic, which also sounds very aligned with The Sims 4 vibes. Number 2. Ooh, I am getting the chills just by saying this. Prank calls. And I love The Sims 1 for this scary element. Calls to your landline occur at any time of the day, but calls that happen between midnight and 8 a.m. are almost always prank calls. These calls are usually worded in a way to make the player scared or worried, or are simply nonsensical in nature. Prank calls are harmless, but they can wake sleeping Sims up if a phone is located in the same room, and freak out naive players like a lot. Sims will react differently to prank calls depending on the personality, mood, or age. Children will almost always laugh at a prank call or be confused. Adult Sims with the grouchy or serious personality or in a bad mood will sometimes react angrily. My reaction was always ultimate fear. Like, excuse me, but just look at the icon. It's so creepy. But also, the content of the pop-up that appeared after the call sometimes was very weird and eerie. Like, they're coming soon. Maybe you should think twice about opening the door. I don't know if it's the Comic Sans, the loud phone ring noise, or the voice on the other side of the line, but I've always found this detail extra creepy. And honestly, as someone who used to be so freaked out by the ringtone of landline phones in real life, prank calls in The Sims 1 just feel different. I know that The Sims 4 also has this, and sometimes the messages that appear in the pop-up are similar or even identical, I think, to the ones we had in the first game, but I don't know, it's different when it happens on a cell phone. Plus, in The Sims 4, the player can choose the outcome of what happens afterwards. They can either ask who it is and the caller will be revealed, leaving the pranked sim with an angry moodlet. Otherwise, they can hang up and the caller will frantically ask if they want to know who called them before being cut off mid-sentence. Number 1. The freaking burglar. Yeah, I'm looking at all of you that would start to get the chills as soon as the burglar music started playing, especially in The Sims 1. The burglar is an NPC featured in The Sims 2, and The Sims 3 who will sneak onto a lot, most often when all Sims are sleeping, and attempt to steal items from the household. In The Sims, the burglar, known as some sneaky Sim, is male, and in The Sims 2 and 3, burglars can be either male or female. In The Sims 1, burglaries will most likely appear if the selected family is wealthy or has expensive objects in their home. The burglar cannot be interacted with in any way except by the police, and was specifically designed to rob houses while the entire household is asleep. Burglars will steal the closest and most expensive objects they can find. As expected in The Sims 2, Sims will lose their shit about the arrival of a burglar. As Sims 2 Sims do, they will panic when they witness a burglar entering the lot. And we will panic with them as soon as we see what's going on in the dedicated pop-up. Sims can use a phone to call the police but cannot interact with the burglar. Even if the burglar is captured before taking anything, all Sims on the lot will receive the burglar memory unless they have received it previously. Some Sims, particularly fortune Sims, often have getting something stolen as a fear. In The Sims 3, however, there's a bit of justice, because in here, if the house alarm is installed, burglars will freak out when it goes off and they will become stunned, giving the police more time to arrive. Also, Sims 3 Sims have the power to stop burglars if they have the Brave trait or the Can Apprehend Burglar hidden trait, which gives them the option to fight against the burglar. Winning will force them to return the stolen items to the family inventory before leaving. If the police were called, they may reward the Sim with some money for helping them catch the burglar. And of course, in The Sims 3, burglar's arrival is announced with a spooky tune. So, my dear drama queens, don't forget to always lock your doors and install a home alarm for your lovely Sims to have a good night of rest, especially tonight, the spookiest night of them all. Unless you're playing The Sims 4, of course, there are no burglars there. And now, it's your time to let me know what you think about this list of spooky/creepy The Sims details that made us feel a bit uncertain of what the game really wanted from us. Do you remember getting creeped out by the tragic clown, the burglar little music, Olive Spectre's garden? And of course, let me know what other characters or details made it to your own spooky list. While you're at it, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to join me here at the Drama House to stay updated with the present, past, and future of life simulation. Thank you so much for stopping by today. My name is Lady Drama, and I hope I'll see you very soon.